Hey guys, this is a 16-inch Ivy brand oscillating desk fan. This is actually made by Kuo-Horng, but it is relabeled under the Ivy brand, and I'm not sure who sold these. I've never seen an Ivy branded fan. There is a video on YouTube of one, a 12-inch model, but that's the only other one I've seen online, besides this one, of course. So, like I said, it's made by Kuo-Horng, and it's actually not labeled Kuo-Horng on the bottom label, but I can tell that it is clearly made by Kuo-Horng, based on the center chrome grill piece design and the switch plate design as well. So, this fan was made, I'm not exactly sure when, I'm guessing sometime in the 90s, maybe the late 80s, not exactly sure when. And it has some issues, at least, okay, well first, I got this fan yesterday for free from the Restore, because it came in, it was a new donation, and I tried, it had issues then, I had determined that it had issues, so, I said to Kevin, the manager there, I said, this thing's got issues, I'm gonna take it, and he let me, so that was great. So, yeah, so the problems it has, well, first of all, the hub on the front of the blades, there's a little screw that screws on to keep the blades on there. That was actually stripped out and did not fasten, so luckily a friend of mine taught me a great trick of wrapping toilet paper or like tissue paper around the threads, and that'll get it to like stay on, and that actually worked, so yeah. The other thing is that sadly the oscillator does not work on this fan. When I got it, I assumed that maybe the screw had come loose or something had come off, just like a simple fix, but it turns out one of the shaft that goes from the little ratchet wheel that the arm is screwed to, that shaft is screwed on to the gear. Well, it has actually, the part that screws on actually had broken off of the rest of the shaft, so I tried fixing it unsuccessfully, so for now this fan will be a stationary fan. Also, I broke the oscillator knob in taking it apart, so that was great. But anyway, let's take a closer look at this fan. Let me take the camera here. On the center chrome piece you can see the Ivy logo. Very cool. And this center chrome piece is the same exact thing that's on my Avanti 12-inch desk fan, which is basically the 12-inch version of this. It's essentially the same thing, except instead of push buttons like this one has, it has piano keys. So here's the switch plate. Like I said, there's the push buttons. I like the indents that are on them. Reminds me of a 70s Panasonic or something. The switch plate is in actually, it's in like wonderful condition, and that's because when I got it, it was all messed up. But just like the Avanti, very strangely, just like the Avanti, this one still had its protective film over it, so I removed that and I had an instant mint condition switch plate. You'll also notice the buttons are colored white, light gray, slightly darker gray, and dark gray. Turn the fan to the side. You can see the familiar style of these plastic desk fans. It's got a click in place neck bracket rather than one with a locking nut. Yeah, it's actually in pretty good condition cosmetically. A little bit of dirt that I couldn't get off, or I don't know. I could have gotten that off. I don't know why I didn't. And here's the motor housing. A few scratches, the back of it. And then there's where the oscillator knob would go, if it were still there. Also, when I got it, the cage was on upside down. There's 3 little posts in there. You can kind of see one right there, and then there's another down there, and there should be one there, but that one actually broke off, and that allowed whoever had this fan last to put the cage on upside down, so I thought that was funny. And then you can see the blade with the black blade hub screw. So, yeah. Put the camera back down, and let's test it out. So, one thing I also found interesting is that the buttons on this one go 0, 1, 2, 3. You'd expect 1 to be low, 2 to be medium, and 3 to be high. That's how it is on my Avanti, that's how it is on all my other plastic desk fans. This one actually goes high, medium, low. So 1 is high, 2 is medium, and 3 is low. I thought that was interesting. So it's like the darkest gray button is low. So we'll start it off on high. I did oil this fan, and before I oiled it, it actually had a really cool startup sound, but when I oiled it, that startup sound kind of went away. It still is really quiet, and the airflow is surprisingly very good. Yeah, these older plastic desk fans are actually really good. I know people dislike plastic desk fans for some reason, but you know, they get the job done. Get it down to medium. And low. Now spin it down from low. And like I said, I oiled this fan. This fan actually surprisingly has oil ports on the motor. Very surprising for a later plastic desk fan. When you take the motor cover off, there are 2 oil holes on either side of the motor. So that's the spin down from low. Let's put it up back on high, and let's spin it down from high. Oh, I should have also seen if you could hear the startup sound. I'll do it again. Spin down. It is vibrating a little bit. I think the blade might be bent or warped. Got a really good spin down time. Okay, now I'm going to turn the fan around. And I'm going to see if you can hear the startup sound that it makes. Hope the microphone will pick this up. Here we go. Shut it off. Well, there's a view of it from the back. This one's cage does have a handle, by the way. The Avanti has a handle too, but like my Lasco Sonic doesn't have a handle for some odd reason. Okay, let me turn it around. Okay, so that's about it. That is the 16-inch Ivy oscillating desk fan. Currently not oscillating, however. But yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching.